Pierce in the middle. Durston tucks it, shoots, it scores! 1 goal game, what a start. Bucci, score! Power play goal. Smith, inside feet, Bucci, heavy cross check. Oh, he scores! Perfect!
Evans, muscle to the outside, flip pass finds Dixon, backhand shot, and he scores! Loaded up on the highlight reel for Curtis Dixon. And they will. Taylor out of the box through the middle on a breakaway, floats it over top and scores.
Out of Tavares from Xavier Taylor, inside Whitlow, drives, dives, oh what a goal! Leslie Whitlow, put it on the highlight reel.
Oh, Jabinski. Replay that, Tino.
Tyler Pace, behind the net, dunk, what a setup, what a play!
2-on-1, Evans backhand feed over to Dixon, scores!
Had a nice game against the Ladner. I saw a flipper right there. And Berglock.
Jones to Pace, scores! Great off-ball work. And a shot and a goal from Bromley.
Here's Farrell. Lachlan. Pass off. Boyd to the crease. There's Wade. And you don't want to leave that youngster alone.
Welcome back inside the Ladner Leisure Center here, ladies and gentlemen. Just moments away from the start of this matchup between the Six Nations Rivermen and the standing Buffalo Fighting Sioux. Let's give you a look at these odds courtesy of CoolBet here before we get started. Six Nations Rivermen, the heavy favorites here at a -400. Over under set at 19.5. But we'll step aside for the time being, just ahead of the start of the national anthems. All right, welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen. Tino Farah, Jake Elliott, BC Sports TV.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. That's right. I was saying earlier, I don't know what day it is, what time it is, where I am.
It is Wednesday, 2 p.m. Pacific. You are in Ladner, British Columbia for the President's Cup on BC Sports TV.
Thank you very much, Jake. Embrace the unexpected with CoolBet, the official sportsbook of the 2024 President's Cup. Check out the upcoming games for the Prezi at coolbet.com. Dive into the action today with the best odds in lacrosse. And remember, gambling can be addictive. CoolBet.
Stay cool, bet responsibly. Herbert John, Braden Wilkins, Nate Chason, your three officials for this one.
What do you think of the odds here, Jake?
Well, as you can see, pretty heavy favorite. I think a little too heavy of a favorite for 2, 1, and 3 teams matching up here. But I'm no bookmaker, so we'll just have to wait and see. But 2.5 goals to spread here. And I think that number might be a little high myself as well, so we'll get Hutchison v. Chiliano in this one.
Surely a game.
So I guess what I'm saying, Tino, is I'm taking Standing Buffalo to cover, and I like the under in this one.
There you go. If you want the all the best odds in lacrosse, CoolBet. And if you want all the best advice in lacrosse, Jake Elliott.
Oh, don't say that. You just look at my bank account, man. It's not pretty.
And we got a game on tap here. Surely to have some fireworks. It's the Six Nations Rivermen going from left to right.
Blow the whistle. Let's play some lacrosse.
And the Sioux going from right to left. And it is the Rivermen with the first set following a face-off win. And they'll go to work at the near side first. There's a shot sent just wide. That was Zane Dalpy just off the mark. Shot clock down to 10. Lefties go to work again. Righty strong here, but a shot from the point. Wide once again. Rebound collected. Dan Miller sends it just off the mark. 3 straight shots. None of them on target.
Yeah, you better get a little more aggressive defensively. A bit of a shooting gallery in the first possession there for the Rivermen, coming off a man's game last night, not for the faint of heart against the Ladner Pioneers. We'll see how the Rivermen respond.
And here's Sean Evans working with Curtis Dixon. They get the pick and roll. Dixon in, and he scores! 1 shot, 1 goal, and the Sioux go up 1-0.
How about that? Curtis Dixon, 10th goal of the tournament, to go along with 5 assists, now up to 15 points here. And now 1 behind Sean Evans for the Standing Buffalo leading scorer. Good start for the Fighting Sioux.
And Drew Hutchison was so good in their game last night against Ladner. But that's a scary sight to see for any goaltender when you got Sean Evans and Curtis Dixon working the 2-man game, resulting in essentially a Curtis Dixon breakaway.
Oh, did Evie set him up there? So then he's still 2 points behind.
And they'll go back to work. In comes Jeff Shatler, had the day off yesterday.
He needed it.
Now Adam Saunders. Near side feed to Evans. There's an interference call, though, so he'll leave and head right back to the bench he just came off of.
Should we get scratches here, Tina? Let's do it. It's a rhetorical question, quite frankly. Ethan Henhock, Oakley Thomas, Riley Miller, Mason Kaminga, Zach Harwires, and Tyson Bomberry scratches for the Riv. Out here for Standing Buffalo, Murphy, La Suisse, Noon, Uzichapi. Your scratches for Standing Buffalo.
Brody Uzichapi, that is. Teddy Uzichapi remaining as the backup goaltender here.
Yeah, Fighting Sioux legend.
All sorts of talk about the injury he's battling through, fractured collarbone and all.
Dislocated knee, too, if read the article.
The article that was dropped off here to the booth.
Yeah, more teams could be following the lead of Standing Buffalo in that department.
Here's Curtis Dixon. Gets the slide. Evans with a low shot sent just wide. Dixon a little slow to get up, but he's back to his feet. It's Rory Smith with the healthy slide, and he and Sean Evans come over to exchange pleasantries.
They've had some battles over the years of 88 and 42.
Now here comes Danton Miller, far side feed. Heavy wind up, heavy save by Chiliano, and loose ball collected. Wesley Whitlow sends a bouncer, rink wide to the near side. Dalpy tried to return it back over. Deflected pass. He keeps after it and grabs the loose ball. Shot clock down to 18. Bo Hunter with the pass through, just off. And again, they collect. Back to Bo Hunter off the post. Rebound collected. Another fresh 30 here for Six Nations.
Yeah, I'm interested to watch Bo Hunter, who was very tight after some dehydration last night, but he's back in there tonight. I want to see how he gets through this one.
He's looked good this tournament.
9 goals, 7, excuse me.
And now here come the Sioux in transition. I got number 9 on my score sheet crossed off, so we have another mystery man here for the Sioux. Typically Brandon Murphy. See if we can get that mystery solved here in the allotted time. Schattler with the feed to the near side crease. Unable to handle it, though.
Well, now I'm looking down for a 94, Tino, and
another mystery man.
Yeah.
Day 4.
Day 4. Yes, well done.
Here come the Rivermen. On the drive through the middle, a falling shot stopped by Chiliano. He gets his stick down, and that'll be back in against the Sioux. They'll just give possession right back to the Rivermen. Jordan Durston going to start things off. The big man works from the corner. Gets over top and sends it back to the righties. Pass through the middle. Fake shot, and Chiliano looks strong here early, as he usually does, and as he does often through this tournament. See, he shuts the door from down low. Just over 3.5 minutes through the first period. Still 1-0 for the Sioux following the Curtis Dixon goal. And he has possession once again, quickly down low to Sean Evans. Watched by Rory Smith. Evans over top, far side feed. Schattler, shot blocked and out of play. No, they'll say friendly fire. Now they change their mind. And it will remain possession for the Sioux. Evans winds, fires.
Iron, maybe?
Big rebound goes out of play. Fresh 30 again. Here's Evans. Watched on by Rory. Slowly into the offensive zone. No rush here for the Sioux. There's a battle going on behind the net. Schattler getting a rough ride, courtesy of Marcus Elvin. And that continues. Dixon with it. Fakes, drives, shoots. Stopped by Hutchison. Another collision afterwards. No penalty, but it will remain possession for the Sioux, I believe. Remember when I said fireworks off the bat?
Yeah. I mean, it's President's Cup, man. These teams are going to battle here, no question about it.
And Evans will start off the possession. This is about the third straight set by my count for the Sioux on this possession. Toporowski wanted the flip, now sends it. Schattler shoots, and that'll be a moving screen call.
Elvin did not like that pick that was set on him.
And he voices his displeasure the entire way to his bench. Now the first Six Nations possession in a little bit. Here's Bo Hunter. Always a threat to shoot. Over to the far side, a one-timer sent off the mark. Loose ball collected. Patrick Thompson lost it. Falls through to the middle. Got to be careful the 8-second count as the whistle about to go, but Bo Hunter picks it up. They'll get the reset, and 2 straight possessions now for Six Nations. So Miller sends it over to the far side. Through the middle, shot wide again. Shots 5-2 early.
That was a good look for LeClaire. Need to test the goaltender from that distance.
Now here's Patrick Thompson waiting for some help. First man in is Sean Evans. So he drives low, blind pass. Hit a body and falls to the sideboards. Loose ball battle goes. Six Nations collects. They got numbers up. Now a breakaway here for the Rivermen off the post. Schattler collects. His pass deflected. Numbers here if they hurry. 3-on-2 forming. Evans from the near side, back to the middle. Shot wide.
Had all sorts of room.
We have seen shots off target aplenty here in this game. 6 minutes through the first period. Now Schattler will slow it down, send it over to the far side, wind up. Another one goes wide, and it ricochets past Sean Evans. Chance to run onto it here. Here's Mike McLaughlin, a clear-cut breakaway off the post again.
Sorry, just chuckling behind the play as Brandon Clellan made Rory Smith think he was about to fight him. That's not happening.
Here come the Rivermen. Off the reset. Probably 3 or 4 posts already. There's a big screen set. That's going to be a penalty, actually.
Yeah, I think Whitlow's going to go. He can't believe it. But I think early in this game here, just a little temperature check from Herbie John, just to make sure everybody's staying inside the boundaries here for this game.
Little game management, we'll call it. And the first power play of the game will go to the Fighting Sioux. And, I mean, I think the start of this game is evidence of it. But I was already kind of imagining a more motivated effort here from Standing Buffalo, considering they kind of got blown out in their game yesterday against Allegheny.
Yeah.
And I think we have seen that to this point.
Well, if Frankie stays in there for the full 60, Tino, I think he's going to keep these Fighting Sioux in it against the Rivermen. And as we know now, no more undefeated teams at the President's Cup. Ladner taking out the Arrows this morning.
Yeah, another feisty game for the Pioneers. Dixon with the backhand flip pass. They go across to Schattler, one of the one-timer. Flex it off the corner boards. Shot clock down to 12. Evans from the near side shooter takes the shot and scores. Takes a hit from behind afterwards, but he stings that top left corner.
They old wind it up for Evie. Gives the wand a big twirl before letting this one fly. Right there. And then just picks the short side top corner. Takes a bit of a check after him, but those ones don't hurt as much when you pump it to the back of the goal. 2-0 Standing Buffalo off the power play marker as we go back to 5-on-5.
Sean Evans and Curtis Dixon have been electric for this team, as advertised. If there's a goal scored, likely it's one of those two guys who have their fingers on it.
Yeah, you look at it, Tino, these two teams coming in at 1-3. Six Nations just -4 in the goals for and against, 35-39. Whereas also 1-3 Standing Buffalo, just 29 goals to the good, but they've given up 61 here. So a little bit of two different tales of the tape for these two teams.
And with tomorrow being the last day of round robin action, a win here would be huge for both of these teams.
Yeah, neither one out of it yet.
They need to string together some performances. Six Nations driving low with a shot, a jumper stopped by the stick of Chiliano. Back into the crease for Solikoski. He'll look up, got to get out of there as it ends up behind. But now you got to be careful, the 8-second count. Lobbed pass. Finds a waiting Patrick Thompson. Numbers here again. As Thompson gets it back, a low shot. Fought off by Hutchison.
I think fair to say Johnson, Standing Buffalo's best defender.
Maybe best player in transition as well. Now numbers for Six Nations. They got a man alone in front. They get the backhanded shot. And Chiliano again gets a stick on it. Catches it. Now if Curtis Dixon can get a handle, they have numbers once again on his wrong side. Draws a matchup over to Evans with a backhanded shot. Stopped by Hutchison. Just got enough of it with the side of his pad.
Yeah, he reacted late, but he did make that stop on a beautiful shot there for Evie, as Standing Buffalo will have Snake Island tomorrow to round out their round robin, and Six Nations will take on the Miners at 11 and 2 o'clock, respectively.
Here's Durston. Fake shot, gets through, takes another fake and scores! Durston gets Six Nations on the board.
There he is. Wallaceburg's finest. Jordan Durston.
Just sells the defender in Jeff Schattler.
And the hands have never been a question for Durston. Sick mitts, the kids say. That's in the crease, by the way.
Do the kids say that?
They used to.
That's not the question. Do they? Present tense.
Well, I might as well ask you, Tino.
I'm 30.
Yeah. I'm not.
So 2-1. Six Nations gets themselves onto the board here with 11:35 remaining in the first period. Shots 9-4 in favor of the Sioux.
They got the score backwards on our screen here, Tino. It's 2-1 standing Buffalo.
See if we can fix that at the intermission.
Okay.
Not sure if that's a scoreboard issue or teams reversed, but regardless, we'll get it sorted out, and it will be Six Nations now going on to the power play. So just to be clear.
Yeah, it is, because I believe the bench that Six Nations is on is the home bench. But it's 2-1 for the guests, so I think that's a penalty box issue more than anything. And I think, Tino, you carry this. I'm going to go sort this. I'm going to get number 94 for you, and I'm going to fix the scoreboard for you as well.
All right. So I'm going to run solo here for, a few minutes as Six Nations goes to work. Loose ball pickup following a Chiliano save. There's a theme in the last couple days of broadcasters leaving the booth early. Pass down low and a save by Hutchison. Now Rory Smith comes in to grab a loose ball. 3 Rivermen going up against the lone member of the Fighting Sioux. One of our mystery men that Jake is on a mission to figure out right now in number 94. But Mason Hill escapes, escapes the zone. There's a fake shot, low. Back to the point, now to the near side they go. Working it around the perimeter. Quick pass over to Bowhunter. Robbed by Chiliano, stepping across to his left. And Bowhunter unable to avoid the crease, so a quick up. And the Fighting Sioux screaming for an illegal substitution call against the Rivermen. Not going to get it, but they'll continue to try to kill this penalty. It's down to about 50 seconds. Backhand pass. The one-handed Shatler swims through his man, runs into a double team. What a pass, what a shot by Saunders, but off the mark. Dixon hunting the loose ball. And I believe we have a call on the floor here.
Hi, Tino. I'm back.
Oh, welcome back.
We got the score changed, but we do not know who number 94 is. They don't even have him on the official game roster, which may play into being a bit of an issue for Standing Buffalo.
Controversy, potentially.
Well, if he's not even on the official game sheet, that's a problem.
Now Bowhunter. Get some 5-on-3 action. Pass goes behind the net. Chiliano deeper into his crease. Deflected pass. Blind backhand feed. Goes all the way down the floor.
I know, it's just a clear more than anything.
Solikoski just playing pass with the Six Nations goaltender. There's a heavy rip from Bowhunter off the arm of Chiliano. Durston collects. One hand on his stick. Back to Bowhunter. Over to the opposite crease. What a save from Chiliano.
Gee whiz. I think I'm out for 4 to 6 weeks with a torn groin just watching that.
5-on-4 now we go. As the first penalty expires, Chiliano takes the loose ball. Let's see if we can take a look at that last save here. He stretches across. There it is. Unbelievable.
Ouch.
Replays are working again, Jake.
Yes, well done on that, Tino.
Now Bowhunter collects. Near the restraining line, he sends it back to the point. Danton Miller creates some space. Bowhunter ends up on his wrong side. Durston loaded up. Shot clock down to 10. Behind the net. Cut through the middle. Durston one-timer and a glove stop by Chiliano.
Should have faked.
And a big collision along the near side boards. Durston creates a second chance opportunity. Ball sent blindly over to the far side. Now they'll slow it down. 25 seconds remaining in the second penalty here. As Bowhunter rips, looking short side, stopped by the glove again of Chiliano. Ball goes high up in the air. Six Nations will collect. Numbers, Bowhunter diving across and cannot avoid the crease. Takes a high stick and loses his helmet in the process.
Yeah, Frankie does not like people in his paint. And sent a little message there to Bowhunter saying, don't do that again, because I'll do this again.
And you can clearly see Bow Hunter stepping through the crease there on his last step before he goes airborne right there. I mean, Black Shoes.
So I think sorry, Tino, I think the standby official now is alerting the referees about the game sheet issue here. At least I hope they are, as we have clearly seen a number 94 in white on the turf, and it is not on any of our rosters, not on the official game roster.
I'm looking at him right now.
So we don't know. It's somebody, we know that. Snake Island, Edmonton comes up next, Tino Farrow.
I think I get a break for that one.
Oh, too bad for you. Mind you, quite enjoying this little 2 p.m. start to the day here for yours truly. It's nice.
Get to sleep in a little bit.
Yeah, I even had time to get in a shave and all sorts of stuff this morning.
No disc golf yet today?
Not yet.
Surprising.
Maybe a little twilight back in Coquitlam.
We'll go back to 5-on-5 action here. Here's Sean Evans. Shot clock down under 10 seconds. They'll start their motion, finding Curtis Dixon, looking for his second, denied by the stick of Hutchison.
By the way, heard you guys talking junk in the previous game. Just
you
watch
heard that,
it.
huh?
Just watch it.
Now Murin going through and Chiliano falling backwards. Gets enough of it with his foot to keep it on the right side of the goal line. But deflected pass. Bad to the near side. That'll be an 8-second count, and Six Nations will just take possession right back.
So we had Brandon Murphy down as a scratch, but he is also in the lineup.
Shambles.
Day 4.
Day 4. Here's Zane Dalpy over to the far side. Ripped from distance, blocked before it got through. I believe that hit Drew Dysek. And Sam Leclerc slow to get up, but now back to his feet as Durston takes the feed, drives low, flips back out of the reach of the intended target. Shot clock down to 5. Far side feed, winding down, shot into the midsection. Durston robbed by Chiliano.
His stick.
Does he ever look agile this morning as a big collision breaks a stick of a Riverman player?
Oh, what do we got? I think Durston just talked Wilkins into a call there he had no business making.
Well, let's take a look at that last Chiliano save while we have a bit of a break here. Oh, my goodness.
No windmill.
So, no penalty, it looks like. Not quite sure what the whistle was then.
It's either an over and back or an 8-second call, I believe. Either way, Six Nations ball.
Looking to tie the game. They get the pick and roll, and they find it. The pick and roll to perfection.
Rossi Hill on the finish. Top corner. Just a little back pick. On the inside roll, and then quick take. Top right.
Almost identical to that Curtis Dixon goal, the first one of the game for the Fighting Sioux, the two-man game with Sean Evans. This time Ross Hill, the benefactor of that two-man game on the far side, and ties the game at 2. Shots on goal now 17-6.
Yeah.
I believe that's in favor of the
Rivermen.
Yeah,
it is. And Wesley Whitlow out of the game here for the time being, as I don't think he had a backup weapon ready, Tino. He snapped his shaft in half, and now he's on the hunt for a new twig.
And Chiliano makes another shoulder save on the 2-on-1 for the Rivermen.
Hammer down there with the loading boys. I know they got the D shaft in production.
Here's Jeff Shatler. Carries it calmly to the far side, watched on by a defender, thinking about the swim. He embraces the contact and looks to the near side, finding Curtis Dixon. Skip feed down to Evans. Watched on by Rory. Another skip feed, this time over to Shatler, far side. Flip pass through. Dixon with a quick shot, and it's in!
Oh, man.
Hutchison got a huge piece of it, but it went up and over. Curtis Dixon finds a second.
I mean, these two spent some time in Calgary together in the National Lacrosse League, won themselves a Man Cup together in Peterborough with the Lakers. And they got chemistry, do Evie and Superman. And they hook up for another beauty here on the pick and roll. Dixon second. And the Fighting Sioux back in front, 3-2.
Yeah, they've had a strong start here. Saw a little run from Six Nations to get things tied up. The Sioux have been right there the whole time and now in front in the later stages of this period. We'll look out. Rusty gate attempt.
All right, Tino, mystery solved here. Sam Murphy not wearing number 7, wearing number 94 here for the Standing Buffalo Fighting Sioux.
Mystery solved, ladies and gentlemen, day 4. Loose ball picked up. On the run, here comes Patrick Thompson. Looking for help, far side, sends a bouncer to our mystery man, Sam Murphy. Welcome to the broadcast, Mr. Murphy. Here's Evans. Avoids a wrap check. Shot clock down to 10. Far side feed finds Saunders through the middle. Murphy can't get a handle. Dixon with a stick check from behind the net. He and Rory Smith go shoulder to shoulder for a moment. There's the shot clock violation. Dixon and Smith have to be separated. Whistles went again. We'll see. That'll be an 8-second count. I don't believe Six Nations ever actually had possession here.
Well, yesterday before the game, I saw Rory Smith go over to the Six Nations bench, kind of pointing at his knee. Something was a little bit wrong with it. Just took a roll of electrical tape and just wrapped it around the bottom of his kneecap like 4 times, and I'm good. But somewhere through the middle of the game last night, went to a more heavily wrapped right knee here, as you can see it. But he's been in there every game, Tino, for the veteran Rory Smith. 3-time Man Cup champion.
Now flip pass from the far side. Saunders driving low. Denied and loose ball collected. Now quick up over center. Trying to chase it down here is Caden Brennan. Chris Solikoski battling for it as well for the Sioux, and he'll come up with it. That low center of gravity helped him to collect off the turf. Now he'll look up. Is that our new mystery man, though?
No,
because
there's 2 Murphys, Tino.
Brandon Murphy.
Yep.
There we go.
Sam and Brandon.
Here's Evans. Fakes the backhanded pass. Gets a shot around a defender. Not on target. The shot clock about to expire. Evans getting a rough ride here. A little bit of rough stuff as some cages get grabbed. That's Evans and Elvin. See if there's any penalties on the play here.
Just Six Nations, I think.
Jacob Kranz on the cross-checking call. Didn't look like he was involved in the mix-up at all, but must have been just before that. And with 3:48 to play now, the Sioux are going to get a late power play. Heavily outshot here through the opening frame, but
this is where Standing Buffalo can really make you pay with this kind of talent out on the turf here on their man up. Just 3 future Hall of Famers. And they can do damage.
some savvy veterans, to say the least. So there's that fake feed again. Curtis Dixon with a heavy one looking top corner, denied by Hutchison. Now Evans. Schattler.
Oh.
Looking at the opposite corner that time.
Yeah, the old sneaker there from Schatz.
Fresh 30 now for the Sioux. It's Dixon, an underhand feed back to the point. Fake pass. Evans now sends it to Schattler. Near side, wanted the one-timer from Sam Murphy. Couldn't get it off in time. Gets a rough ride from Rory Smith. Now Schattler. Back to Murphy, and a sliding save from Hutchison. That was his toughest test of the game so far.
Yeah, Toporowski parked on the back door for an easy tap in there.
Now here's Evans with numbers. Dixon gets the hat trick. Another one off of Hutchison and into the back of the net.
I don't know if it was, Tina. Watch this shot here from Dixon, who shoots this thing about 12 miles an hour, but it's a little torque of the wrist here on the release and just floats it to the far side inside the pipe. That thing was going downwards as it went into the goal. It was shot so soft, but so accurate from Dixon as he just twisted the wrists ever so slightly to change the angle on his stick head.
Yeah, I think you're right. That was cleanly in the net. A great pickup by you, and you're exactly right. The release of that, it's almost like the follow-through stops halfway, and that's a tough one to read.
Instead of like doing a corkscrew with your like torso and your arms and your shoulders, that's just the wrist corkscrew. Hard to pick up for the goaltender on that. Another penalty here. I don't know what this one's for.
The officials.
We also don't have a number 2 on our roster.
Remember when I said shambles?
Listen for the penalty announcement. I'll do that.
They say Sam Murphy getting a goal?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, they announced that one incorrectly.
And here's Dixon to Evans behind the net. Shattler with a dunk attempt off the shoulder of Hutchison. Now a lobbed one for Brooker Muir to chase down. A 2-on-1 now. Muir's going to take it himself. That one off the mark. He just pulled it short side wide. And now numbers here for the Sioux. Shattler, Evans with a shot and a goal. Sean Evans gets another one for the Sioux with just over 2 minutes remaining.
That is a nasty bounce shot there for Evie. Just a little skip off the turf right up into the top corner. As I believe the penalty for a bench minor was being served by McLaughlin. They put 2 up on the scoreboard, which was incorrect. But what is correct is Sean Evans' bounce shot. Wow. 5-2, Tino, for the Fighting Sioux here over Six Nations with 2 minutes to go.
5 goals split between 2 players for the Sioux. Curtis Dixon and Sean Evans.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. And they're going to get possession right back here as well. Jordan McKenzie out there for face-off duty. Now Saunders. Feed to the near side. Baden Boyenko tries to swim, loses it in the process. He'll go shoulder to shoulder with Jordan Goddard.
They are all sorts of turned around there in the timekeeper's box. They just announced that last Evans goal unassisted.
Okay.
He came off the bench and took a pass. I don't know.
Now Goddard on a breakaway, wide.
Pretty hard to come off the bench with the ball.
Everybody has an off date.
I guess.
Dixon with 1:15 remaining. Shots a little closer now, 18-13 in favor of Six Nations. As Evans gets right back in. Looking for his hat trick goal. Shot deflected. No, they'll say cleanly out of play.
Yeah, his stick just got checked and the ball sailed high and out. You gonna try Pork Mafia today, Tino, or what?
I'm waiting for the review, the official review from cameraman extraordinaire George Para.
Oh,
and then I'm gonna
my
go tomorrow.
opinion's not good enough for you. Okay.
I need multiple. I'm sure they're great though. I've heard unbelievable things from you. 34 seconds.
Day 4.
Day 4. Here's Patrick Thompson. He's been all over the floor here in transition. He might stay and play an O shift, and why not?
Yeah, there's 4-second, 5-second differential here, and I don't think you want to mess around with a 3-goal lead.
Rory Smith goes at Sean Evans near the center line, now backpedaling back into the defensive zone. Here comes Patrick Thompson. Leaves for Evans. Rory closes the gap, gives him a cross-check. They share some pleasantries again.
Evans is just going to turn around and two-hand Rory any second here.
As the clock about to wind down, the play was going the other way, but I think everybody here in the booth had our eyes glued to our left.
The game within the game, right there.
And I think that will carry on through to the second period. I think that's a pretty safe bet. Don't think you can find that bet on Cool Bet, but you can find everything else.
Yes, you can, including disc golf, Tino.
Including disc golf. We're going to step aside for the time being. Thanks for joining us for day 4 of the 2024 President's Cup. Tino Farah, Jake Elliott, cameraman extraordinaire George Parra, BC Sports TV, and we'll be back after this.
Know your limits. CoolBet helps you control your gaming experience. Stay cool. Bet responsibly.
Interference in the middle. Durston tucks it, shoots, it scores! 1 goal game, what a start. Rucci, score! Power play goal. Smith, inside feet, Bucci, heavy cross check. Oh, he scores! Clip it!
Evans, muscle to the outside, flip pass finds Dixon, backhanded shot, and he scores! Loaded up on the highlight reel for Curtis Dixon, and they will. Taylor out of the box through the middle on a breakaway, floats it over top and scores.
Out of Tavares from Xavier Taylor, inside Whitlow, drives, dives, oh what a goal! Leslie Whitlow, put it on the highlight reel.
Oh, Dubinsky. Replay that, Tino.
Tyler Pace, behind the net, dunk, what a setup, what a play!
It's a 2-on-1, Evans backhand feed over to Dixon, scores!
Had a nice game against the Ladner. I saw a flipper right there. And Berglock.
Jones to Pace, scores! Great off-ball work. And a shot and a goal from Bromley. And Ladner.
There's Farrell. Lachlan. Pass off. Boyd to the crease. There's Wade. And you don't want to leave that youngster alone.
We've had great fans. It's been really motivating for our guys.
We want to put on a good product on the floor for the fans that are going to come here and spend their hard-earned money.
And as Martel slips it 5-hole. And his ball again down the middle. How did he hang on to that? Scores! Keegan Ball!
It's what they did in that room that turned the season around. I don't think we make that run without the support of the fans.
Here's Sean Beatties! And he scores!
What does it mean to be Canadian? It's toughness. It's grit. You know who bears the red and white. You know the history. You know the storylines, and you know its weight. I've been there. I know what it takes. It's preparation for domination. It's the brotherhood so you could. It's long nights and longer days. That separates the good from the greats. This is Canada.
That's fresh.
Embrace the unexpected. Cool Bet.
interference in the middle. Durston tucks it, shoots, it scores! 1 goal game, what a start! Bucci, score! Power play goal. Smith, inside feed, Bucci, heavy cross check. Oh, he scores! Perfect!
Evans, muscle to the outside, flip pass finds Dixon, backhanded shot, and he scores! Loaded up on the highlight reel for Curtis Dixon, and they will. Taylor out of the box through the middle on a breakaway, floats it over top and scores.
Out of Tavares from Xavier Taylor, inside Whitlow, drives, dives, oh what a goal! Leslie Whitlow, put it on the highlight reel.
Oh, Dubinsky. Replay that, Tino.
Tyler Pate, behind the net, dunk, what a setup, what a play!
It's a 2-on-1, Evans backhand feed over to Dixon, scores!
Nice game against the Ladner. Nice little flipper right there. And Bergloff.
Jones to Pace, scores! Great off-ball work. And a shot and a goal from Bromley. And
There's Farrell. Lachlan. Pass off. Boyd to the crease. There's Wade. And you don't want to leave that youngster alone.
Know your limits. CoolBet helps you control your gaming experience. Stay cool. Bet responsibly. Know your limits. CoolBet helps you control your gaming experience. Stay cool. Bet responsibly.
interference in the middle. Durston tucks it, shoots, it scores! 1 goal game, what a start! Bucci, score! Power play goal. Smith, inside feed, Bucci, heavy cross check. Oh, he scores! Perfect!
Evans, muscle to the outside, flip pass finds Dixon, backhanded shot, and he scores! Loaded up on the highlight reel for Curtis Dixon, and they will. Taylor out of the box through the middle on a breakaway, floats it over top and scores.
Out of Tavares from Xavier Taylor, inside Whitlow, drives, dives, oh what a goal! Leslie Whitlow, put it on the highlight reel.
Oh, Dubinsky. Replay that, Tino.
Tyler Pate, behind the net, dunk, what a setup, what a play!
It's a 2-on-1, Evans backhand feed over to Dixon, scores!
Nice game against the Ladner. Nice little flipper right there. And Bergloff.
Jones to Pace, scores! Great off-ball work. And a shot and a goal from Bromley. And
There's Farrell. Lachlan. Pass off. Boyd to the crease. There's Wade. And you don't want to leave that youngster alone.
We've had great
Extreme Threads is the official uniform supplier.
Scared me, Tino.
Hopefully Extreme Threads won't. The official uniform supplier for the WLA and teams around the world. Your one-stop shop for customized team or company apparel, embroidery, screen printing, sublimated uniforms, and more. ExtremeThreads.ca.
Speaking of scary, just going perusing through my social media in the intermission as I often do. A little memory popped up from 2014 President's Cup a decade ago today, Tino, and took a picture. That was the last time a Can-Am team won the President's Cup, the Onondaga Redhawks, featuring all the Thompson brothers. But the Akwesasne Bucks, I believe, played in the bronze medal game, and at one point had 8 players in the penalty box at once. Standing room only.
It's almost impressive more than I'm frightened.
Yeah, they had like 3 guys left. Blow the whistle, let's play some lacrosse. They had like 3 guys left on the bench, 5 on the floor, and 8 in the box.
No one in the box currently in this game. This matchup between the Fighting Sioux and the Rivermen. And it is those Rivermen with possession and looking for a little bit of a comeback here, trailing by 3 through 20 minutes of action. And an early shot stopped by the stick of Chiliano. Just 2 goal scorers for the Fighting Sioux. And Curtis Dixon and Sean Evans. Dixon with a hat trick. Simple math tells you the amount that Sean Evans has.
Simple for you, maybe.
Okay. Here's Jeff Schattler looking for his first. Far side feed over to Dixon. Shopping for that return feed. Instead, he finds Sean Evans, the late man, joining. Back to Schattler. One-timer and a great save there by Hutchison, stepping over in time.
Yeah, I've seen Schattler score about 250 goals just like that.
Oh, McLaughlin over to the far side. Heavy shot. And that'll be possession for the Fighting Sioux following another save from Chiliano.
Look good, Frankie.
He's moved well throughout this tournament. Yeah. Oh, that pass hit the official.
Tough soap. Good eat, don't rub it, Tino.
That will either put a smile on some people's faces or they are rolling their eyes right now. Wonder what John Donville thinks. As Schattler with the double swim.
Gotta shoot.
And there's another pass that almost hit the official on the far side. I believe that was Nate Chason. He took one off the dome a minute ago.
That's why you wear the visor. Herbie John going old school.
Greg Elijah Brown going downhill and scores right through the middle. Minute and 50 seconds into the period.
Frankie won't be happy with himself on that one. Just kind of picked up. I mean, that's a good seeing eye shot there. There wasn't a lot of space, and just sometimes you get a little lucky and find a hole. And that one no bigger than a lacrosse ball ends up in the net. Tough life, that goaltender. I mean, you think that's a stop you should make. You're in good position, but sometimes they just go in, and that's part of being a goaltender. You just have to let that go and worry about the next shot that comes your way.
The big shift after, as they say. The lead cut down to 2 here, and Six Nations looking for more. Muscling through with a shovel shot, and they score again! 2 quick goals, and that one, the prettiest of the bunch.
Clip it. Watch this. And Miller.
My, oh my.
From a knee. Nasty.
Oh my goodness. Back towards the goal, falling down, just a blind shot. We've seen a few of those this tournament. And, I mean, I'll say it, I don't get tired of them. Can I say that?
Why would you?
I'm going to say that. Now Matt Saunders into the offensive zone.
Riverman right back in this game all of a sudden.
And you knew they would be. An enthusiastic goal call there in between the benches on the Danton Miller goal. Here's Evans with a low shot off the inside of the foot of Hutchison and out of play. Possession will stay in favor of the Sioux. Now here's Sam Murphy. He'll round the corner, look to the near side, finds a man in Steven Toporowski. Loaded up, kept at bay. Far side feed to Evans, a low shot blocked.
It'll leave a mark.
Reset here for the Sioux. Evans directing traffic. It's Murphy getting a rough ride through the middle of the floor. Evans still with it. Looking for a target. He'll take it himself. Another low shot swallowed by Hutchison, and he's had a strong rebound to this start of the second period.
And Rod Squire Jr. exchange chops.
Now Six Nations with an opportunity to tie this game as Durston feeds to the middle, gets it back and scores! 3 straight goals, and Durston's got another one.
Turning back the clock for Durston. Just a little give and go action here. Give it off, get it back. Hard fake, open him up, pump it in.
And the fake, I mean, it comes when he's basically on, I mean, he is on his wrong side of the floor and sells Chiliano far side enough to open up the near side. And just like that, down 5-2 to start off this period. We're just over 3 minutes in, 3:15 to be exact, and 3 straight goals now for Six Nations. And maybe another one on tap as they win another draw and get back into the offensive zone. Danton Miller coming off that highlight reel goal just a moment ago. Far side feed, return to the near side. Ross Hill, pass down low, shot and a save by Chiliano. He absorbs that and he'll send it quickly up.
Good ball.
Here's Solikoski. 2-on-2, so he'll slow up and head off for a change, excuse me. Curtis Dixon, watched on by Rory Smith. Shatler back to Evans. Far side now to Boyenko. He'll skip one back to Shatler. Shot clock under 10 seconds. To the middle to Dixon. Looking for the loose ball behind the net. Does he want the dunk? 3 to shoot. He'll go for a wraparound instead. Spinning, can't get a shot off as Evans got knocked down by Smith in the mix of all that. Curtis Dixon has his helmet ripped off by a defender as he's on his knees in the crease. And he'll head off for a change now himself. Six Nations back into the offensive zone.
Rory, just a slow walk past the standing Buffalo bench. And a little stare down as he did it.
Now Six Nations will keep possession after the ball went out of play. Bo Hunter waiting in the far side corner. Durston gets the first touch here. Greg Elijah Brown dancing from the outside. Far side feed, driving, shooting. Stopping it, though, is Chiliano. And he'll leave it at his feet for a defender. Now Matt Saunders. Tripped up, regains his footing. Another one of the users of one of those good stick heads. I'm not just saying the head is a good...
No, I know what you're saying. I don't know if the people do, Tino, but I know what you're saying.
Far side feed now in transition, looking for another. Chiliano drops to his knees. The good stick co.
Yes.
For those
Peter.
who wonder.
Man.
Bodies collide, and Six Nations with that extra jump in their step to start off this period. They've looked like a completely different team than what they did in the first. They'll try the hidden ball trick. Zane Dalpy will hang on. Now room through the middle. Fake shot and a save by Chiliano leaping over to his left.
Yeah, maybe his best of the game.
Certainly best of the period. Might have to make another one here as Six Nations grab the loose ball. Shot around a screen and another Chiliano save. And he wants the quick up and connects with Solikoski. Now he'll slow up. Over to Dixon, down low to Evans. Watched on by Smith. Evans backs him away. Gets a shot, didn't get through. And Evans mixing it up now with the defender. Curtis Dixon gets a cross check to the face from Rory Smith, and he's down. And Dixon is shaken up here. And Rory's going to go to the box. Let's see if we can take another look at that one, as you can see it.
Do we want to? Oh. It does not feel good. Wrong bench, Rory.
And Dixon looks like he is all right, and he's going to stay out for the power play. 2 minutes. Thought that was going to be a 5, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
And an opportunity now for the Sioux to go back in front. We're good on the power play in the first. Now another opportunity as this three-headed monster of Schattler, Evans, and Dixon remain at the top of this power play. Dixon, backhand feed, back to Evans at the point. Schattler to Evans, low shot blocked. Keeping after it is Boyenko. Good battle for the loose ball. No reset. They'll keep possession, though. Behind the net they go. Back to Evans with room. Need to get a shot off. Schattler does, and Schattler scores.
Well, I like that one in Standing Buffalo. Schattler now resides in the province of Saskatchewan. Schattler Academy, teaching up the youth around all sorts of different territories and First Nations kids in the province on the prairies. And 77 puts Standing Buffalo back in front 6-5.
There was a goal in the first game courtesy of Ryan Benesh for the Ladner Pioneers. It was a one-timer, and it was so quick that
I saw it.
His top hand was essentially off his stick by the time he fired it. That last one here from Schattler wasn't exactly the same, but it feels like the ball came out of his stick just as quickly there.
Yeah, pinpoint accuracy as well, just inside the post.
And now the Sioux back in front by 1. Whitlow sends it, gets it back to the middle, shoots and scores! What an answer back for Six Nations.
Yeah, this is tough, you know, like, no doubt the Fighting Sioux have the offensive pieces to hang in games. And the goaltending, it's their defense that kind of lets them down from time to time, as they just don't have the horses back there that have seen this kind of caliber of lacrosse on a consistent basis, and they can get lost a little bit. And that's too many opportunities coming one-on-one with the goalie at the top of the crease, and Chiliano can only do so much.
Just the seas essentially just parted there for Wesley Whitlow. So much time and room, and not a defender near him. Now a quick up lob towards the bench. Chasing it down is Caden Brennan. Now back through with an outside shot. Off the mark and out of play. That was a heavy one from Danton Miller. Had that highlight reel tally earlier in this period, but that one well wide. Now here's Schattler. As Schattler sends it over to the far side. Boyenko wants the drive. He's going downhill with a shot sent wide. Evans locked off behind the net. Toporowski comes in to help, digging for this loose ball as the shot clock winds down to about 5 seconds here. Six Nations doesn't want to pick it up.
Is it just me, or is it extra warm in here today? It feels warmer than it has been all week.
I mean, I don't want to be that guy, but I feel fine. And I'm wearing pants. I don't want to be that guy, but I want to be that guy.
I think you do want to be that guy, too. Offsetting minors here.
Evans going to go to the box for the Sioux. Joined by Marcus Elvin. 5 minutes for Evans.
Really?
And 2 minutes for Elvin.
It's peculiar.
But we'll go to 4-on-4 lacrosse. And Six Nations looking to grab the lead here after they tied it just a moment ago. Cleland trying to muscle his man out of the action. Ball knocked free. And Saunders going to run onto it. if he can get a handle. One hand on his stick, he bats it down to slow it up. Now he'll slow down himself and wait for some help. Saunders to Saunders. Matt to Adam. As Adam Saunders drives low, does he want the flip to his brother? He'll turn back. Still with possession. Shot clock down to 5. Over to Dixon with room. Shot well wide off the corner boards and back over center.
Yeah, it's one where Dixon just kind of needs to hit the net and hope for a reset. Probably wasn't going to score from that area of the floor, but try and get yourself a new 30.
Now Whitlow. Over to Bo Hunter. Heavy shot, heavy goal. Bo Hunter puts Six Nations in front.
Second of the game for Bobo. And first lead of the game, if I'm not mistaken now, Santino, for Six Nations.
I believe you are correct there. And he's been shooting plenty in this tournament. I mean, I think it was you or it was Teddy last night in their game against Ladner who made mention during the first period about how it kind of felt like he already had around 10 shot attempts to that point. But full credit to him. I mean, he has looked, a lot slimmer, the way he's been moving in this tournament has been, I'm sure, a welcomed sight for fans of the Halifax Thunderbirds ahead of training camp in a couple of months. He's looks dangerous. Six Nations will go back to work. There is the aforementioned Bo Hunter with the rink-wide feed off the mark. Cleland with some pressure. Loose ball goes towards the crease, eventually cleaned up after it bounced a few times.
Keep running.
Numbers here is Murphy and Cleland go the other way. Rebound off a save. Murphy with a backhanded goal. Wow.
Clip it. Right there. Beautiful goal. Brandon Murphy over the shoulder. Awful shot by Cleland. Beautiful shot from Murphy.
And a huge one at that to tie things up. I mean, that's a defender's dream right there.
Oh, man, he sniped the top corner with it, Tino. It's a big one.
I had him originally listed down as a scratch in this game after the whole fiasco getting the game sheet and our sheet sorted out. Clearly he's not.
Fiasco might be a little strong, Tino. A little snafu, maybe.
Snafu. Now numbers again for Six Nations if they want to go with a rising shot. Off the elbow of Chiliano and then to the near side boards. Cleaned up. Here's Whitlow. He'll fake the pass. Now send it over to the far side.
Cleland's going to get an assist for that warm-up shot. Just sitting right into his belly pad. But it did give up a rebound, however, for Murphy to scoop up.
It's a shot pass.
Yeah. Look out behind. It's Melvin out of the box.
One might call it a bad shot. One might call it strategic.
How about the old double knee brace for Boyanko? See that very often.
It's just built different. Here's Jeff Shatler. The shot clock winding down. Shatler with the swim move. One hand on his stick. He'll shovel one towards and give a shot to his defender before heading off for a change. And now we're going to get a media timeout.
Yeah, Shatler got in a greasy one there on Marcus Elvin. And he's been known to do that from time to time. Sneaky. Yeah, Shatler when it comes to that sort of stuff. But how about this one here, Tino? 7-7, midway mark of this game. Six Nations out shooting Standing Buffalo by 11, but pretty entertaining game here on day number 4. Started a bit late.
Sorry, I had to take a hit for this song is a little familiar. I don't know if you can hear it.
I was waiting for the podcast to drop there, yeah.
I was waiting for my voice to come on. Yeah, I mean, it's a good matchup here and a good answer back from Six Nations who, I mean, of course, they're frustrated after their performance last night versus Ladner. Started off as a close game, and then Ladner kind of found their wheels and didn't really look back after that. So I expected a motivated Six Nations team, as well as a motivated Fighting Sioux team, and they're the ones that had the upper hand after the first 20 minutes. But credit to Six Nations. They've bounced back. They've outscored their opponents in this one. And now they find themselves on the power play as Sean Evans remains in the box for 2:35 following his major penalty. And another opportunity here for Six Nations to grab the lead. It would be the second time in this period, if I'm not mistaken, they would be in front.
Yeah, even if Standing Buffalo can get out of this just surrendering one, I think you'd count that as a bit of a win.
Now they'll start their motions. The pass goes behind Duncan attempt, and it's going to count. A set play right off the whistle.
LeClaire. Watch him as he goes in behind the net, stops up there, and Chiliano just can't go post to post quick enough. Riverman back in front.
It's harder than people think to be the guy behind the net to receive the pass, because if you want the successful dunk, like a lot of times you have to already be leaning forward or falling forward while you're waiting for the pass. Get it in that perfect spot where you can kind of take it, cradle it, and then tuck it into that near side. It's an art form, I would say. Now here come the Rivermen. There's a quick discussion going on between Claire and Whitlow, or LeClaire, excuse me. Back to Whitlow, backpedaling away. Behind the net again. Do they want it again? No, back to the outside. Fake shot through the middle. Scores!
Dan Miller again, this time a little show and go to the inside. And then short side, top corner. And there's 2 goals on the major. Evans, I think, will still have to serve his minute and 50, but it should be back to even strength. But it's all of a sudden a 2-goal Six Nations lead. As, what was it, Tino? 5-2 at the end of 20?
And Cleland shaken up after that one as well, as he got a little cross-check on the pick.
So I think a 7-2 period in the works here right now.
Pretty impressive bounce back,
I'd say.
Quick delay here before the face-off ensues, which it does now. And now Six Nations has their largest lead of the game, and they have possession again. Tough loose ball to collect, but they do exactly that. And now Ross Hill, already with 1 goal in this game, gets back into the offensive zone. He'll go over to the far side. Thurston sets the screen, shot blocked. Loose ball jarred free, and Six Nations is going to get their reset as the Sioux had it for just a moment. Now here's Hill. Flip feed, fake shot, a twister, fought off by Chiliano. He'll deflect that to the near side. Loose ball knocked forward.
There you go.
Here's Brandon Cleland. And he's got Dixon receiving the bounce pass. Fresh off the bench, he'll get the shot off, and Hutchison gets over in time. Dixon grabs the loose ball.
And the next goal in this game, a biggie, Tino.
And Rory Smith going right at Dixon once again. Again, if you missed it, Smith hit Dixon with that high stick earlier in this period. Here's Shatler rounding the corner. Circles back, gets his hands free, shot and a save by Hutchison. Cleland was dumped. He's back to his feet now, and the Rivermen will take possession. They got a man up to play, not going to hit him in time.
Why?
I think by the time Marcus Elvin realized there was a defender in the way. Now Whitlow, he'll spin back. Over to Bowhunter. Through the middle, Durston sent it just wide. They'll get the loose ball. Back over to Durston again. 4 to shoot. Near side feed, off the mark. LeClaire couldn't get a handle. And with 7 minutes to go, the Sioux will take it back and get into the offensive zone.
The Fighting Sioux will call timeout. Can't forget the Fighting, Tino. I mean, it's a lot different than just the Sioux, right? You got to be the Fighting Sioux.
When you have a team name that's got 4 words in it, I'm kind of going back and forth. You know, Standing Buffalo, Fighting Sioux, the Sioux. Is that offside?
No, I just like the fighting Sioux. It's like the fighting Illini, or fighting Irish.
So a quick stoppage here on the timeout by the Fighting Sioux.
Thank you. What do you think? Next game here, 3-1 Edmonton, 2-1 Snake Island. Interesting matchup coming up.
Are you asking me like my prediction?
Well, yeah, I guess I am.
I think Edmonton has looked better and better with each passing game, and I think they had some hiccups in their game yesterday against Victoria, but Mike Triolo really stepped up in that game, and I mean kind of single-handedly brought the team back into the fight in the third period, had the natural hat trick, and we're talking here, Sean Evans is going to make the march back to the penalty box.
I don't know. He must have said something right offside, as the referee just said, you can't say that, and rang him up.
2 for unsportsmanlike.
Can't imagine what he would have said to get 2 minutes. Well, I can, but I'm not going to say what I think he might have said.
And, of course, as has been the trend throughout this game, wherever Sean Evans goes, Rory Smith is usually right there in the mix. So now 7 minutes to go. It'll be a Six Nations power play after they've got a string of goals together here. Here's Leclerc. They wanted the one-timer to Bo Hunter. Just too hot to handle. Leclerc gets the loose ball. Has room. He'll step into a rising subber. Rebound goes through the middle. Collected by Standing Buffalo. And a great stick check with his back turned by Leclerc. And Six Nations going to come right back.
Just got the poke check right on the pill and knocked it out.
Perfect timing. Bo Hunter from down low. Leclerc back at the point. Backpedaling to the shooter position. Now Bo Hunter with it again. Wants a target near side. Sent it back to the point instead. Return to Bo Hunter. Sidearm shot blocked. Bo Hunter with it. Coming from the corner. Backhand feed. What a pass. And the save by Chiliano negates that chance. Comes Standing Buffalo back into the offensive zone. This is Chris Solikoski. Schattler from the perimeter. Watched on here by Mason Hill. Gives him a healthy cross check. Just trying to pin him in front of the bench. As Schattler, you could almost see loaded up for that swim move. Instead sends a one-handed, backhanded feed over to the near side, and that will expire the shot clock. Now here's Caden Brennan. He'll dish, leaving for Leclerc. Sam Leclerc now going to go to the shooter position. Durston with the backhand feed far side. Durston with it again. Back to Leclerc. Has room, goes through, couple fakes, goes through, and Chiliano stepping across to his left. That was his toughest test in a little while here. And the breakout feed was out of the reach of Patrick Thompson.
Penalty time just about over here for Evie.
The gate is open. He'll step out of the box. What a pass! And Leclerc just puts it wide.
Look up. Look up.
Now Evans in alone on a breakaway and fires it wide himself.
Just didn't bear down on that one.
He's going to battle for the loose ball as Rory Smith comes in to give him a shot. Evans takes one back.
They just hate each other. They absolutely hate each other.
Here's Bo Hunter. Down to 4:40 to play. He'll slow things down as Brooker Muir will head off. Replaced by Zane Dalpy. Bo Hunter had the ball dislodged. Now near side feed finds Brandon Murphy. Jordan McKenzie. He'll slow up as the help gets onto the turf now. Rolling one towards Toporowski. And he'll follow that up with a pass to Dixon. Evans back out onto the floor. He'll turn back. Shot clock down to 7. Here's Dixon. Has a step. Looking to draw a penalty. He does. One hand on his stick. He runs through 3 defenders. Gets a shot afterwards. But draws a penalty once again. And shares a word for the defender. Pretty sure he's just saying, what are we doing here? See, he got that extra shot afterwards following the whistle.
He is taking a pounding this entire tournament.
As he usually does. Would love to know if there's any stats based on drawn penalties, like who draws the most penalties, in the league. I bet you Curtis Dixon would be up there.
That's probably a fair statement.
As Evans runs point, backhand feed over to Dixon, shoots one off the elbow, ricochets. Oh my goodness. A little bit of friendly fire here. Let's see if we can take another look at that one as Hutchison just got over in time. Off a defender and falling back.
Yeah.
Now Elvin.
There goes Frankie.
Trying to run a little interference there.
That was dangerous.
Could have been another interference call there as well. No call. Just slowly rolls over center. The slowest form of numbers ever as Dixon goes on a 2-on-1 over to Shatler, and that's going to count. A lot of contact with the goaltender. Rory Smith not happy about it, but the goal counts, and Shatler gets his team back within one.
This goal from Schatz turning back the clock himself. A little popper over the shoulder and then runs over Hutchinson. And then picked up his goal stick for him and said, sorry, man.
Well, that's in before the contact.
Yeah, it's a good goal.
There's been some questionable non- and crease calls, we'll say, this tournament, but that one looks right to me.
No cylinder rule here at the Prezi.
Would you guys say modified NLL rules?
Yeah, well, it's because they're still playing 3 20-minute periods. There's, some slight differences as far as timekeeping and that sort of thing goes, but for the most part, the rule book is NLL rules.
And Six Nations with a draw. They get a 2-on-1 themselves with a shot, and there's another answer back for Six Nations. This time, it's Caden Brennan.
Yeah. That's been the tough part here for Standing Buffalo. They get one, they're, right there, and then all of a sudden they give one right back, like immediately, and that just takes the wind out of your sails a little bit as a team right out on the bench. When we talk about those timely stops from goaltenders, that's the one where you need your goalie to kind of bail you out on one. I mean, it's a great chance and a glorious look. Chiliano unable to make the stop.
And you could tell he's frustrated with himself after that one. The reaction after he just looks up to the heavens. Wishes he could have that one back. But his team needs him to regroup here as there's a delayed call coming up against Six Nations, who almost actually still got a shot. Late whistle, but Bo Hunter is going to be the culprit.
Give him an extra 2 for white socks and black shoes.
Fashion police, once again.
Actually, might be his ankles taped up.
I said last week, I think Zed Williams is single-handedly making the black shoes and white socks cool again.
You're wrong.
Tell Zed Williams that.
I will. Don't think I won't.
Another power play here for the Fighting Sioux. Evans flips one over to Dixon, as he does so often. Now down low to the corner. Back to the point it goes. Evans takes a shot himself, and a stretching save by Hutchison. Shatler runs a little interference to create some space for Evans.
Didn't mean to do that, Heavy.
But he just gives it right back. Now Toporowski. Oh, and Evans with a high stick. No call there.
Just a brush, Tino.
Now Muir getting a rough ride into the boards. Battling for the loose ball. Still up for grabs. Evans falls on top of it. Finally picked up by Sean Evans. Look out, though, as Shatler was waiting for it in the offensive zone just over center. There's a blind pass connecting with Toporowski.
Still a minute to go here in the power play.
Back to Shatler. Far side feed over to Dixon. Evans, return to Dixon, loads up, caught a piece of the post, and that'll rebound all the way back towards Chiliano. He'll head out of his crease to collect. Lob one towards Evans. 30 seconds remain in the penalty to Bo Hunter. Schaller with a fake pass, still with it. Skips one over to Dixon. Back to the point. Evans. Backhand feed. Dixon had to jump for it. Looking for a lane. Finds one, sends it wide. That'll be back over against the Fighting Sioux as we are officially into the final minute here. And Brennan with a quick sprint to get the play back underway here. Ross Hill.
You wonder if fitness is going to play a factor here in the third period. A bit of a more veteran team here for Standing Buffalo. Young legs for Six Nations. Going to be tough.
Bo Hunter out of the box, into the play. Looking for Durston. Finds a man near side instead with a shot. Big save by Chiliano. And rebound still available. Goes near center, and Durston collects, and they'll call timeout with 27.5 seconds to go. The Fighting Sioux are going to be a little frustrated about that.
I think this is back over. This is back over.
Durston disagrees, but the officials will come together to discuss. Evans wants to have a say. It would appear they've made a decision, and it will be a timeout awarded to Six Nations.
Fortunate break there for Six Nations, who will obviously take it. And now shot clock off, chance for final possession, and with a 2-goal lead, a chance to extend it to 3.
I was just watching as Sean Evans was making the walk back towards the box, and of course, as I look up, who's beside him? Rory Smith. Sharing their discussion the whole way back, but they're both back onto their respective benches, and it will be Six Nations with the final play call here. Shot clock will be turned off. What do you think? Do you got a prediction for the shooter here?
Oh, mercy. Go Leclerc. Leclerc or Bo Hunter?
Leclerc with a goal in this one. Bo Hunter with one as well.
Could be Whitlow, could be Durston, could be Miller.
Just naming every offensive player. Fantastic.
Can't miss, baby. Here we go.
And starting off possession will be Leclerc. 6-on-5 here for the Rivermen. Clock goes down to 13. Leclerc and Durston just playing pass from the perimeter. Now they'll start their motion to Leclerc. There's his room. Over to the far side. Bo Hunter was the man open. They keep possession. Over to the far side again, and a deflected shot before it got through. They got the look they wanted, but could not get it on target. And now with 20 minutes remaining, it will be the Six Nations Rivermen hanging on to a 2-goal lead. Thanks for joining us here on BC Sports TV. We're going to be back in about 10 minutes' time for third period action. You're watching the 2024 President's Cup live from Ladner.
Know your limits. CoolBet helps you control your gaming experience. Stay cool. Bet responsibly.
Interference in the middle. Durston tucks it, shoots, it scores! 1-goal game, what a start. Rucci, score! Power play goal. Smith, inside feet, Bucci, heavy cross check. Oh, he scores! Perfect!
Evans, muscle to the outside, flip pass finds Dixon, backhanded shot, and he scores! Loaded up on the highlight reel for Curtis Dixon, and they will. Taylor out of the box through the middle on a breakaway, floats it over top and scores.
Out of Tavares from Xavier Taylor, inside Whitlow, drives, dives, oh what a goal! Leslie Whitlow, put it on the highlight reel.
Oh, Dubinsky. Replay that, Tino.
Tyler Pace behind the net. Dunk! What a setup! What a play!
It's a 2-on-1. Evans backhand feed over to Dixon. Scores!
Had a nice game against the Ladner. I saw a flipper right there. And Bergloff.
Jones to Pace. Scores! Great off-ball work. And a shot and a goal from Bromley. And the Ladner.
Here's Farrell. Lachlan. Pass off. Boyd to the crease. There's Wade. And you don't want to leave that youngster alone.
We've had great fans. It's been really motivating for our guys.
We want to put on a good product on the floor for the fans that are going to come here and spend their hard-earned money.
And as Martel slips it 5-hole. And his ball again down the middle. How did he hang on to that? Scores! Keegan Ball!
It's what they did in that room that turned the season around. I don't think we make that run without the support of the fans.
Here's Sean Beatties! And he scores!
What does it mean to be Canadian? It's toughness. It's grit. You know who bears the red and white. You know the history. You know the storylines. And you know its weight. I've been there. I know what it takes. It's preparation for domination. It's the brotherhood so you could. It's long nights and longer days. That separates the good from the greats. This is Canada.
That's fresh.
Embrace the unexpected. Cool Bet.
Interference in the middle. Durston tucks it, shoots it, scores! 1 goal game, what a start for the rookie. Score! Power play goal. Smith, inside feed, Bougie, heavy cross check. Oh, he scores! Clip it!
Evans. Muscle to the outside. Flip pass finds Dixon. Backhanded shot and he scores! Loaded up on the highlight reel for Curtis Dixon. And they will. Taylor out of the box through the middle on a breakaway. Floats it over top and scores.
Out of Tavares from Xavier Taylor. Inside Whitlow. Drives. Dives. Oh, what a goal! Leslie Whitlow. Put it on the highlight reel.
Oh, Dubinsky. Replay that, Tino.
Tyler Pace behind the net. Dunk! What a setup! What a play!
It's a 2-on-1. Evans backhand feed over to Dixon. Scores!
Had a nice game against the Ladner. I saw a flipper right there. And Bergloff.
Jones to Pace. Scores! Great off-ball work. And a shot and a goal from Bromley. And the Ladner.
Here's Farrell. Lachlan. Pass off. Boyd to the crease. There's Wade. And you don't want to leave that youngster alone.
Know your limits. CoolBet helps you control your gaming experience. Stay cool. Bet responsibly.
I don't want to scare you, Jake, when I'm about to start.
Oh, yeah, just a nice slow welcome back or something to.
Cool Bet, the official sports book of the 2024 President's Cup. Dive into the action today with the best odds in lacrosse. Cool Bet, stay cool.
Bet responsibly.
Thank you.
Looks like my predictions may be a little off here this morning, Tino. Thought the total number was a little bit high at 19.5. We're going to blow that right out of the water. And Six Nations by 2 here. They are favored by 2.5 coming in. And we'll see if the Fighting Sioux can hang here for the next 20 minutes and keep this one close.
It'll be Jordan McKenzie at the faceoff dot for the Sioux. It'll be Brooker Muir at the faceoff dot for the Rivermen.
Blow the whistle. Let's play some lacrosse.
There it is. 10-8 is your score in favor of the Rivermen, and they'll look for more here as they earn the opening possession of the period. And a quick feed to the near side. Here's Zane Dalpy. Jumps to a stop, far side, shot and a goal.
Yeah, just like they started the second period. Very quickly, they do the same here in the third. And the lead up to 3 for the Rivermen.
And that was a bullet. Sam Leclerc. He's looked dangerous in this game. And he just picks far side over the shoulder of Chiliano. 24 seconds into the period. The lead is now up to 3. Big slash there. That's going to get a penalty going against Lyndon Cubs. Yikes. So Hutchison to the bench, 6 on 5 for the Rivermen. The shot clock goes down to 10. They'll work it around the perimeter here. St. Dalby at the point as Durston takes it from the corner. Far side corner now, need to get a shot off. Leclerc steps into one, goes into the midsection of Chiliano.
I think they just announced that last goal for Bow Hunter.
Okay.
One's a lefty, one's a righty.
One scored, one didn't.
Day 4.
And back to the power play, the Rivermen will go.
Got to find a way to kill this one here if you're the Fighting Sioux.
Discussion going on with an official at the far side. I believe it was Clellan and Whitlow. But they'll separate. And now here's Bow Hunter on the floor in the corner. Leclerc also on the floor at the point here for this power play. It's on hat trick watch here. Steps into a shot, just missed near side. Friendly bounce in favor of the Sioux. Patrick Thompson will run onto it. He's got one man to beat. It's Leclerc. Muscles his way through. No goal.
Give it to him, Herbie.
See if we can get a look at that one in a moment. But Leclerc gets it quickly up. Now to the near side, or far side, excuse me, and a glove save by Chiliano. Thompson bats it forward. Chases it down. He's got Bow Hunter on his back, who keeps after it, grabs the loose ball, and a great effort from Bow Hunter.
Yeah, that was nice.
Now he's got some room if he wants it. He does, stopped by that glove side again of Chiliano. And they get the reset. Leclerc gets another rebound. Ball sent back to him. Fresh 30 here for Six Nations. It's Durston from the corner, back to Bow Hunter. Leclerc behind the net. Durston fakes the pass, now sends it over to the far side. Twister pass, back to Durston. Quick movement here. Leclerc wanted the shot. Now he drives. Tries to pick the top corner.
Hit the crossbar.
Chiliano might have caught a piece as well, and they get the reset nonetheless. Now Durston. So they start their motion. Over to Leclerc. Skip feed. Bow Hunter tries to thread it through Chiliano, who gets across. Frank Chiliano has been stellar in this game. Despite this being an 11-8 game, he's had some miraculous saves. I think that's kind of been the theme of this tournament in general for the Fighting Sioux.
Now what do we got? What is this call?
Unsportsmanlike. Well, it gives us an opportunity to take a look at that last goal that was waved off. I think that's a goal.
Yeah. We're not playing favorites here. I just want to see a competitive lacrosse game.
4-on-4 lacrosse will roll through here for the next 10 seconds. And Chiliano's going to go to the bench to get the 5th player on a little bit earlier. So now 6-on-5 for a brief second. Chiliano's going to head back to his crease. Dixon running point. Evans along the near side. Schattler has possession far side as Dixon takes it. Backhanded flip pass. Evans looking for a lane, not going to find it. Takes a slash. Dixon from the point. Lost it for a moment. Evans needs to get a shot off. They send one down to the near side crease, but shot clock expiring.
Blow the whistle.
Evans gives a shot to Rory Smith, who goes right back at him with the head of his stick. And those two will share some words once again.
I mean, it is absolute theater watching those two.
And we knew it would be. As both of them on their respective benches. Six Nations possession. They'll go to the far side first. Here's Wesley Whitlow with the pass through the middle, and Chiliano gets across. Now Saunders will collect.
Got to find a way to score here if you're the Fighting Sioux. Down 3.
Sam Murphy from the corner. Up to Evans. Schattler back to Dixon. They play pass around the outside. Quick nod of the head from Schattler to get the motion going now. Evans scores! And him and Rory go mask to mask once again. But just a perfectly placed pass, or shot, excuse me, from Sean Evans.
It was both. The setup for Evans was good. The release even better. Just in and out in a hurry. There it is, power play goal for the Fighting Sioux.
Just perfectly across the body. Evans knows that Hutchison has to come over and take a step. And if you can get that one going back the way that he was coming from, got a good chance. And now the lead is cut down to 2 following a power play goal where, I mean, you called it just a moment ago, getting close to, needing to score here for the Fighting Sioux, and they do exactly that. But the answer back of the Rivermen has always been so strong. Now the Sioux need to get a stop. String together some quality shifts here following a goal. Bo Hunter over to Leclerc, back to Bo Hunter. Leclerc with it once again. Behind the net, Chiliano read that perfectly and picked off the pass. Not going to be fooled by a dunk again. And there's the 4-second count before Chiliano got it out of his stick. He's pointing up at the clock.
Well, that's the first time I've seen that this week.
And Frankie not happy about it either. Need another stop here for the Fighting Sioux as Leclerc stayed out. Now Zane Dalpy works his way to the point. Bo Hunter near side. Tries to drive, circles back. Spins underneath again. Spins one more time for good measure. Gets a shot off and scores.
Clip it for Bo Hunter.
How did he get this one on target?
The double spin move here. Watch this. Inside roll, double. And then falling down, gets it to go. It's a nice one for Bo Hunter.
There's the second spin. No question that one's out of the crease. As he went down probably 2 feet outside and throws it low. But just like, we talked about, there's the answer back from Six Nations. The Fighting Sioux have been able to answer back themselves, but they usually give up a goal following one of their own.
Yeah, that's been the issue.
And here come the Rivermen again. 2-on-1. Pass over to the far side. Too hot to handle.
Yeah, gotta shoot that ball. It's right down the middle of the floor.
And that was Caden Brennan who made that pass. He had a goal in a very similar formation back in the second period off of a faceoff win. do we got here?
Well in behind the play.
See if we can get a look at.
Keep an eye on 71.
It was just behind.
How dare you keep the camera on the ball carrier, George?
That's okay, George. Cameraman extraordinaire. Gets everything else. Stay 4. That's right, George. So Sam LeClaire is going to run point here on the power play, as he does so often. Fakes the backhand feed. Now goes to the near side for Dan Miller. Back to LeClaire. Return to Miller. Looking for a lane. Looks 5-hole, and Chiliano drops down to a knee. And he'll look up, getting that one out well before the 4-second count. Now Patrick Thompson. Swim around a stick check, backpedaling away to the near side. Lobs one over for Saunders. Now Shatler. Double team approaching, tiptoes that center line. Shot clock down to 7. Shatler lobs one down low. Saunders, sharp angle shot. Hutchison had to be careful there. Gets a rebound though, and Dixon collects the loose ball. Protecting his stick. As Curtis Dixon does the third period switch of the gloves. Getting hounded in front of the penalty box. Ball dislodged, keeps after it, one hand on his stick. Still has it there, now loses it as he falls backwards. Gives an extra shot to the Six Nations player, giving him a tough time. Everybody back to their feet and head back towards their respective benches. But a good job there by Dixon to eat some more of the penalty time. They'll try the hidden ball trick in the offensive zone, not going to work. And now shot clock under 10. LeClaire with the room. Takes space, and Chiliano gets across, swinging his stick wildly at Durston, who leapt out of the way but got the ball.
A little intent behind that one.
Trying to fool the goaltender. Chiliano keeping both arms tight to either post, though.
It'll be interesting to see his penalty killed off here. You know, this game's starting late because the other one ran long. Our next scheduled start is at 5 o'clock, but I think they want to give both teams an hour of warm-up time. But we'll see if they shorten that up. But either way, I think we're starting the next game a little bit late as well.
And that probably means we're starting the fourth game a little late to boot.
Indeed.
Which means, Joji, I think we're going to be here a little late.
Not me.
Yeah.
No changes to the schedule, Tina.
There's a shot from distance, looking top left.
That was butt end there for Chiliano.
Now quick up from Saunders to Patrick Thompson. Numbers if they hurry. Thompson through the middle, winds, fires, and that might have caught a piece of the butt end as well of Hutchison.
I'm impressed with this Patrick Thompson.
He's looked good.
Yeah, he's a good player.
He's got the wheels in transition. Seen some finish from him today as well. Evans with the flip pass. Boyenko got bodied but got the shot off target though, and Shatler gets the loose ball. Shot clock winds down to 15. Evans on his wrong side from the corner. Borowski, good shot and a save, and Boyenko puts it home.
Double B, double knee brace, double digits for Standing Buffalo. 12-10.
Big rebound available. Boyenko, right place, right time, picking up the garbage. And the lead once again cut to 2. But this has been that danger zone for the Sioux.
Yeah.
Big shift after a goal.
Big face-off.
Brooker Muir getting a break on the face-off dot, as is Brandon Clellan. Bodies colliding here, loose ball eventually grabbed by Kaminsky. He'll find some space, get the offense back out onto the floor. Waiting near center. There's Jeff Shatler.
Just tow it already, play. I don't know how many times you want to announce that license plate. Clearly, they do not care. Just tow the vehicle. Stop it.
Rory with the loose ball. Gets into some trouble here. Flips one to the far side. Clock is being manually counted. Got to be close to the 8-second mark. They get it over just in time. And the officials, I believe, should still be manually counting, and they've stopped. So down to 15 seconds, unofficially. Leclerc drives, spins back, rounding the corner. Backhand flip, pass gets through off the post, off the back of Chiliano and out. That was a lucky break. And now Fighting Sioux get it over center just in time. Patrick Thompson, the low-handed swim dodge.
Man, oh man. I look like too many men. And Dixon up in arms. Just sloppy all over the floor here.
And here's Bo Hunter. Room through the middle. He'll leave to his right. Skip feed over to the far side. Leclerc. Some nice footwork, but a better stick check by a defender. Takes away that chance. Muir. Man through the middle. Gets a shot off and scores. Way too much room available.
Yeah, Miller lost his man. McKenzie late on the rotation. There's the 3-goal lead again here for the Rivermen. Trying to improve their record at 2-3. Excuse me, I'm trying to improve my voice for the next game coming up, Snake Island, Edmonton. But, you know, all hope not lost here for Six Nations that they can string a couple together down the stretch.
Third goal of the game for Danton Miller. As a win here for Six Nations would improve them to 2-3. And another loose ball collected. Here's Jordan Goddard.
They do have Edmonton tomorrow, Tino, so not a patty cake of a game to try and win.
Durston sells the defender and the goaltender on his fake. No shot comes through, though. As Whitlow dishes, shot clock down to 5. Now from distance. Another fake and another goal. Zane Dalpy, how are you?
He's good. He just scored. Makes it 14-10. Dalpy with a nice week here in Ladner as well.
It's just that little hesitation, the little step back. It's not really a twister, but what would have been his original shot, he just kind of hangs onto with the twist of his wrist, takes one more step inside and goes short side past Frankie.
Yeah, it just freezes Frank a little bit, right? Who's coming out to challenge that outside shot, has his angle set, and then a hard pump kind of opens up a little extra angle for Dalpe as we have a media timeout with 9 minutes to go in this one and a 4-goal Riverman lead.
And Chiliano looks like he's kind of leading the charge here with his team. Certainly frustrated with what he's seeing in front of him, but full credit to Six Nations here. I mean, up to 51 shots on target. And it's been that response after giving up a goal that has kind of led them to this point, especially after a slow first period as well. Their answer back in the second, and it's bled through to the third period as well, has been the difference maker.
I mean, the extra 21 shots don't hurt either.
Hutchison's been sneakily good as well, I would say. Hasn't been as busy, 30 shots on goal for the Fighting Sioux. So just 20 saves currently for Drew Hutchison, but he's had some tough ones. And now we'll get back to the action as Frank Chiliano gets back to his crease. Six Nations possession. They'll go over to the righties first, and they will go righty strong. It's Leclerc Shoulders his way through. Shot and a save by Chiliano. Loose ball collected by Zane Dalby. Leclerc, far side. Space cleared. Dalby with it again. From the same spot he scored from just a moment ago. He works his way to the corner. Back to the outside they go. Fake shot. Shot by Leclerc to get a handle. They want the dunk, and Chiliano gets his arm across. Net knocked way off. But Chiliano makes the save. Here's Sean Evans. Oporowski over to Shatler. Kept it bay. Now driving from the corner. Tiptoes the crease. Just barely. But kept from distance. And Sean Evans is down. Rory Smith standing over him. Back to his feet now. As Evans walking towards him. Rory looks ready here, as does Evans.
You better get a second ref over there. And they're not done yet.
No. I wanted to see if we can see what happened there.
All right. A little spear, a little gut punch.
I actually don't think it was Rory that got it. I mean, Rory was right there. I'm going to slow it down here.
There's the stick high for Evie. Yeah, it might not have been.
It looks like it was the defender that's there with Curtis Dixon. And it looks like the afternoon of Sean Evans is done.
Well, they might be doing Evie a favor at this point.
You made a comment to me like long time ago in regards to Sean Evans, where you mentioned something along the lines of, you know, if he wants to be done for a day, he will take a penalty to kind of get himself out. I don't know if that was necessarily the case there.
That wasn't it. That wasn't it.
Savvy veteran.
Yeah.
Penalties at 8 minutes of the third period.
I mean, it's.
Fighting Sioux, number 88, Sean Evans.
I'll just leave it. I'm just going to leave it, you know. 8 minutes to go exactly in this one.
And hey, 45 minutes till the start of the next game.
Yeah. Good luck. Good luck. But I am looking forward to this next one here. You got 2-1 Snake Island, 3-1 Edmonton. No, I think a coach just got it. Evans is back on the standing Buffalo bench.
Uh-oh.
And he's getting his money's worth here.
And now the officials will come together to discuss. Yeah, George, we're going to be here late today. BC Sports TV, we're going to be here all day and potentially all night long. Throw us a follow. Got lots of messages from the game earlier this morning. Always like when people get interactive on the streams as well. So if you want to give us a follow at BC Sports TV.
We're getting a little bit of Peterborough love trying to pick up here for Evie, Tino. So we gotta relax on going after 88 here a little bit, apparently.
I didn't feel like we were going after him.
They're a little sensitive today, waking up.
Right. Some unfortunate loss last night. PXP for sports at Ferratino.
Oh, yeah. Georgie, what's your Twitter handle?
We got a message this morning from Scar Bacon.
Oh,
yeah.
Did we now?
Yeah. Telling us where he was watching from. I believe he was on his lunch break, if I remember.
Yeah. All right.
The lore of Scar Bacon
What
continues.
What up, Scar Bacon?
And this has turned into an extended break.
Yeah, that's an understatement.
Conversation continuing on here. Brooker Muir going on to relay the message back to his bench.
I am so torn whether to go like triple Americano espresso or car nap between games.
Okay, I need. You're aware that you're saying espresso, correct?
You know, what is it?
Espresso. There's no X.
Oh my
There's
God.
no such thing as an espresso.
Relax,
Ty,
Farah.
can I get some backup here?
Grammar Nazi over here.
Am I wrong?
Espresso. You want me to give you a little Italian while you're at it?
Oh, that reminds me. I haven't done my Italian lesson yet today. Okay, so currently on the scoreboard, it's... I guess it was just the coach who got...
No, Evie came back up the tunnel and got on the bench.
Okay. The only reason I was hesitant is just because they have the number up there as 0-0, so... as opposed to 88. And Rory Smith in the penalty box, but nothing on the board currently. And it will be a power play for Six Nations. The delay continues.
I mean, this has been like 10 minutes here. Not exactly what you're looking for when you're running behind schedule to begin with.
And 4 on 3. Nope. Never mind.
Take control of this game, referees, and let's go.
The confused look on pretty much everybody's face in this arena, both players, fans, coaches, just insanity.
I think it's probably more of a scorekeeper, timekeeper issue than anything else here. They need the right things up on the clock before they can get back underway, but my word.
Yeah, I think you're right. This has been about a 10-minute break.
Mercifully.
Finally, we're back, and it is 5 on 3 in favor of Six Nations.
Espresso.
Thank you. Send a couple espressos to the Ladner Leisure Center.
Hey, don't kid yourself here. Last year at the Prezi, we had me and Greggy, or Greggy and I should say, before you correct me again, Tino. Jay Fox sent us some booster juice. A little skip the dishes action, just right to the booth.
Wouldn't mind it. Patrick Thompson with a swim move.
Something peachy, Jay.
How about that pickoff by Zane Dalpy? One hand on his stick, just takes it away back into the offensive zone. 7:15, the remaining time here.
Oh, it's almost time for me to head down to the turf for pictures, Tino.
It continues.
Day 4.
Backhand feed down to the crease. Thompson comes over on the slide. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Miller into the stick of Chiliano. Cleland sharing some words with Ross Hill. And a long feed goes all the way up from Chiliano into the offensive zone. Loose ball collected and taken back by Six Nations. Here's Durston. Numbers, a 3-on-1 here. Here's Miller. Fakes over to the far side and just ran out of time. Now LeClaire gets back into the mix. Durston, back to LeClaire, back to Durston, return to LeClaire, backhand feed down low and a block pass by Cleland. Collected once again by Ross Hill, but called for in the crease.
Tippy toe in there.
Now here's Saunders. Watched on by Brooker Muir. Adam Saunders switches hands a couple times. Kept at bay here near the center line. Tries the swim move, gets a hit from behind, but creates some space. Loses the ball in the process.
I think they're going to lock Rory up the rest of this game here with a misconduct, I think.
Not the worst idea. 15 on the shot clock. Here's Bowhunter. Pass intended to go to the far side. Blocked. Here's Patrick Thompson. Full head of steam. Breakaway from center. Thompson in alone. Stopped by Hutchison. That's an important save here. And there's another one as well, denying Toporowski. Remember, this game is not out of reach. 14-10 with 5:20 remaining in the period.
Yeah. A couple good stops there for Hutch.
Especially after that extended break. He hasn't really seen any rubber in quite some time here. I would argue probably about 12 minutes or so as Leclerc gets through. Chiliano makes the save. And Clellan back to his feet. And Solikoski now puts on the wheels. Got to get over center. And he does just in time. Somehow keeps possession. Now loses it, but he's going to chase it down with a little bit of help. Now Boyenko looking for his second, and another save by Hutchison. He's had to be good here in the last couple minutes. Here come the Rivermen. Danton Miller, 3 goals in this game already. Content with slowing things down. Now Durston. Finds space. And Miller lost it. Long feed again to Patrick Thompson. It seems like he hasn't come off the floor in the last 5 minutes.
He's got some energy.
Maybe Curtis Dixon does as well. So he waits for the screen. Set by Thompson. Comes over top. Back pedals away. Spins underneath. Flip feed. Thompson. Sidearm bouncer off the mark. And that'll go back over center.
He's going to have to play some offense now without Evans available either.
And something just came from the stands onto the turf. It looks like there's like a pop lid or something that just went bouncing on the face-off circle just underneath of the advertisement.
Hope not.
Inadvertent, hopefully.
Oh.
And there's a high stick. And then a hit from behind, and there's probably going to be 2 calls here, I got to imagine. Jordan McKenzie is going to get the original high stick, and Ross Hill should be getting the other.
Let Rory out.
And he is marching his way back to the Riverman bench.
Did his job today.
So it might just be the one penalty to Jordan McKenzie. And I believe it will be.
Coming up on 4:25 here. Our next game scheduled for 5 o'clock. I'm thinking probably more like a 5:30 start.
And Durston will start off the possession. Illegal cross-check is the official call. Dalpy, near side corner. Ball goes back to the point with Durston. He and Leclerc play some pass. Now Bowhunter steps into one, just misses. Excuse me, it's not Leclerc on the far side. That is Greg Elijah Brown. Shot clock expires. And the Fighting Sioux will take it back. Look out. Toporowski almost got steamrolled there by Kevin Hill, closing the gap quickly. Now Murphy works through, stumbles, didn't get the shot on target. Saunders going to battle for it. Toporowski comes in, wants to lay the body himself as the 2 number 5s collide. Now Zane Dalpy back into the offensive zone. He'll leave for Danton Miller. He's got Leclerc to his left. And he'll feed him now with the point. So they'll keep it around the perimeter. The shot clock goes down to 10 seconds. Looking for the feed down to the near side crease, just off the mark. Maybe one last chance here before the shot clock expires, and Chiliano to make a tough save. Now they'll lob it up to, guess who, Patrick Thompson.
Yeah, Tino, we've seen some exceptional games in this President's Cup, and you're always going to have a stinker or two throughout the week, and kind of feel like this is the one, hopefully the only one that's not really the game everybody was hoping for, I think.
And it feels weird to say that considering it's just a 4-goal game.
Yeah, but it's just been a
slow.
slog, I think is the word that comes to my mind.
Yeah, and when there's about a 10-minute break in the middle of a period.
I think the Fighting Sioux player was released in the penalty box for about 10 seconds. He just sat in there. And then finally, Durston for Six Nations like, hey, bud, you're allowed out, you know.
And that feels like a great descriptor of this game.
Yeah, in a nutshell right there.
Here's Dixon. So the Sioux likely about to fall to 1-4. Six Nations looking for 2 and 3. We are into the last minute of play here. Shot sent wide, back over center. Chiliano was on the bench, now
Don't do it.
back in the crease.
Don't do it.
Rory Smith was sharing some words behind the play. They get the pass across, just off the mark. And Wesley Whitlow will lob one for the aforementioned Rory. Leaping for it, just missed. Now Marcus Elvin with it. The game clock goes down to 20 seconds.
MVPs in this one, Santino?
Danton Miller. Sean Evans. As one last chance towards the goal, stopped by Hutchison, and that will wind this one down. How about you? What do you think?
The officials? Can we give them one?
At the end of the game, the final score, the Six Nations Rivermen 14.
Some more words being shared with the officials from the Fighting Sioux perspective as they'll head towards center now and await the handshake. But their fate looks more or less sealed here. The game yesterday against Allegheny certainly hurt them if there are any tiebreakers, with that one being as much of a blowout as it was. And you and Teddy are back on the call for the next one. What do you think?
We are.
Up?
Yeah, I really don't know. Like I feel like, you know, Snake Island, they had that one goal loss to Allegheny. They easily could have won that game. Then they've won their next 2, and I think have improved their play with each game that they've played. Edmonton, I think you could say the same about them, right? They got that big win over Ladner. So we'll see. I think we're in for a good one and an important one, right? Snake Island still has yet to play their double dip day. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I think at the end of the day here at the President's Cup, and like any other lacrosse tournament or game, the teams with the best goaltending are going to be the teams that come out on top in this tournament. I think Nick Damoud, I think Cam McLeod, and I think Christian Delbianco are probably the top 3 here this week.
Tough to disagree with you. Yep. Nick Damoud's been really good. I mean, Cam McLeod and Christian Delbianco has been Christian Delbianco. You expect nothing less from him. But I've been so impressed with what I've seen from.
And not to take anything away from Chase Martin or Dusty Hill or Drew Hutchison. I mean, Frank Chiliano, there's some really good goalies here. I just think those have been the best 3, and we'll see if that's how it shakes out when we're all said and done. Again, just looking for 1% improvement. And I'm not sure we're getting it in this game. There you go. Shatsy, need a little help to get up.
Yeah, he's hurting.
He's tight. He is tight. I feel you, Shouts. Trust me. I know what that feels like. The last dance for Jeff Shatler.
You got a water bottle.
Fill it up.
Six Nations Rivermen. Number 18,
Bobo.
Another enthusiastic call. So that's going to do it here from up in the booth.
Yeah, just keep in mind here, folks, 4:30. We're scheduled to start the next game at 5. I doubt that's going to happen, but stay tuned here on BC Sports TV for an updated schedule here. I would predict probably around a 5:30 Pacific time start if I had to guess. So they just put 50 minutes up on the clock. So there you go. It'll be a 5:20, 5:19, 5:20, something like that. Start here from Ladner.
And if you really want to cover all your bases, hit that little bell icon on the YouTubes. If you want to hit the subscribe button, hit that bell icon, you'll get a notification as soon as we go live, and then you won't miss any of the action. But for what time? Oh, we're getting a picture down on the floor. Rory Smith and some kids.
Yeah, that's a keeper right there.
There we go.
It's the first time I've seen Rory smile all week.
Fan favorite, Rory Smith. But that's going to do it here for us on the broadcast, for the entire cast of characters up here in the booth. For cameraman extraordinary George Parra, for Jake Elliott, I've been Tino Farah, we've been BC Sports TV, and we will